guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anshula and today is the start of a chatty Gilmore Girls inspired vlog.
What are you doing?
I need coffee.
It's 5 in the morning. Make coffee at your own house.
I did. I drank it all.
You drank all the coffee in your house before 5 in the morning?
Big gulps, lots of sugar.
All right, get up.
And just a little bit of cream because it makes it cold.
Keep moving.
It's gonna go really fast. The first day of September is when I begin rewatching episodes of Gilmore Girls. If you've never watched Gilmore Girls, it's an autumn show. The story of a mother-daughter duo, Lorelai and Rory, who live in a small town in New England and have big dreams for themselves and for each other. Gilmore Girls is a show that is as dialogue-driven as an Aaron Sorkin film, but is the brainchild of Amy Sherman Palladino. Last year, I visited the real-life town in Connecticut that inspired Stars Hollow. Stars Hollow is the cozy New England village where the Gilmore Girls, Lorelai and Rory live. Amy Sherman Palladino apparently stayed in the Mayflower Inn and Spa, which is a very posh hotel in Litchfield County, and she decided to use Washington Depot with its local food market and small town hardware shop and nearby prep school as a fledgling little blueprint backdrop for the TV series beloved Stars Hollow. Gilmore Girls, the show, was filmed in a film lot in California, so Washington Depot, Connecticut is not the postcard picture of Stars Hollow, but it does have elements of the town. These days, I find more comfort in the aesthetic of Gilmore Girls than I do in the show itself. After a lot of therapy sessions, I perceive the relationships in Gilmore Girls quite differently. I now find a very predominant, unavoidable, dysfunctional relationship in Gilmore Girls quite triggering, and as a result, I don't think I have the emotional bandwidth to rewatch the series all the way through anymore, but I do find comfort in the series' fleeting moments, like Lorelai's early morning sips of coffee, glimpses of small town life, endless quick snappy book references. I like the cozy sweaters and cardigans, just all of the autumnal warmth Gilmore Girls captures, and for those reasons I got coffee from practically every town in Litchfield County and went book shopping in Hickory Stick Bookshop, which is Washington Depot's small town bookstore and the closest I could get to visiting Stars Hollow books in real life. Does Hickory Stick Bookshop look like Stars Hollow books? No. This indie bookshop is 70 years old, outdating the show by well over 40 years, but I still pretended I was in Stars Hollow.
Welcome to Stars Hollow, Connecticut. Today we are going to be going book shopping at Hickory Bookshop, which is a very cute bookshop in the area. I'm really excited to visit. I've heard they have a Rory Gilmore reading list, and I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan, so this is going to be so exciting. I kind of want to just bring back a huge stack of classics. That is my goal for this trip, and that is what we are going to be doing.
You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
My reading plans this autumn are to read 2 of the books I selected from Hickory Stick Bookshop. The first book I picked up is no, that is not it, is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas, which for some reason I thought Rory read in Gilmore Girls. It turns out that The Count of Monte Cristo is not one of the 100-something books Hyper Studious, book obsessed Rory has mentioned reading in Gilmore Girls. It's also not one of the 300-something books referenced in Gilmore Girls, unless you count a sandwich that Luke took off the menu as a book reference. But I feel like reading The Count of Monte Cristo is in the spirit of the show, because every time I watch episodes from season 1 in particular, I want to read big classics, and this book is a chunky classic. I'm gonna read you the back blurb because the only thing I have heard about The Count of Monte Cristo is that it is a slow burn revenge story. Thrown in a prison for a crime he has not committed, Edmond Dantes is confined to the grim fortress of If. There he learns of a great hoard of treasure hidden on the Isle of Monte Cristo, and he becomes determined not only to escape, but also to unearth the treasure and use it to plot the destruction of the 3 men responsible for his incarceration. Dumas' epic tale of suffering and retribution, inspired by a real-life case of wrongful imprisonment, was a huge popular success when it first serialized in the 1840s. I am so curious what this real-life case of wrongful imprisonment is. What inspired this book? I got sidetracked while editing and started researching who inspired the Count of Monte Cristo. I found a Vox article that I'll link in the description box that describes the Count of Monte Cristo as a revenge fantasy Alexander Dumas penned on behalf of his father, Thomas Alexander Dumas. Thomas Alexander Dumas was betrayed by none other than Napoleon. Napoleon was grabbing and locking in power. And one time, Napoleon and Thomas Alexander Dumas, who was a charismatic French Revolution general, got into an argument, and Napoleon basically left Thomas to rot in a prison in Italy. I found out that Thomas Alexander Dumas' life is told in depth in a book called The Black Count by Tom Rees, and I am gonna see if this book is available at my local library because now I want to read it before or alongside The Count of Monte Cristo. I also picked up The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. The Name of the Wind is the story of Quoth, who has done many things in his young life. From what I gathered, this is a story nested into another story. Quote narrates his life in his own voice to a chronicler, and he recounts his childhood, his time spent at a school of magic, and his adventures. I leafed through this book, and it is filled with copious fall descriptions. Let me see if I can pull out some of the little bits of autumn from the prologue, because I don't feel like the prologue will spoil the reading experience. If there had been a wind, it would have sighed through the trees, set the inn sign creaking on its hooks, and brushed the silence down the road like trailing autumn leaves. So beautiful. And I think there was one on the next page. It was deep and wide as autumn's ending. I am really looking forward to reading The Name of the Wind while curled up on a sofa in the evenings. And I think having an autumn TBR bigger than these 2 books is a little too ambitious given how slow I read. I also have quite a few books borrowed and on hold from my local library, so I want to give myself space this season to read any of those titles as well whenever Libby notifies me that they are ready to borrow. The book I am most excited for is Nicked by M.T. Anderson. Nicked feels like it's going to have Indiana Jones-esque movie vibes. M.T. Anderson's novel is a medieval noir with a heist and a little queer romance. Brother, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Nicephorus? He's a Benedictine monk who gets a vision from St. Nicholas. He thinks the vision is a call to help those who are sick. The book is set somewhere near 1087, so there's a pox plaguing the Italian port city of Bari, where Nicephorus is based. Brother Nicephorus is a kind-hearted, sweet soul who unfortunately gets roped into bringing the bones of St. Nicholas. The bones are rumored to cure the sick, and he gets roped into bringing the bones back to Bari from Turkey with Tayun, who is a smarmy relic hunter. So this unlikely duo goes on an adventure to steal the bones of St. Nicholas. This book is based on a real story. There were sailors sometime in the 11th century who broke into a cathedral in Turkey and stole the bones of Santa Claus and brought them to Italy. And now Santa Claus's bones are beneath the Basilica of San Nicola in the port city of Bari. And I love heist stories so much in fiction and nonfiction, and the idea of a novel about a fictional heist that is based on a real-life relic that was stolen just seems like such a good time and right up my alley. Let me know your autumn reading plans. What are you reading this season? If you're not reading anything right now, that's okay. Share your favorite episode of Gilmore Girls with me, or drop your favorite autumnal emoji in the comments. I'm so curious to see what emojis you choose. Thank you so much for watching this video diary. Bye guys!